what's your, like, do you go to the set to watch the film getting made, or did they give you the footage and you write from there or take it from there?
In this particular movie, it was already shot. So I love being on the set. It just doesn't happen very often. Normally, I'm not brought in early on in the filming. For a few movies, I've been able to do that, and that's always fun. And sometimes they stick me in the background, like because they need background people. So I'm not a good actor, by the way. But yeah, so I've been on a few sets. On this one, it would have been fun to be on the set and meet the horses, but I didn't have an opportunity to do that.
Have you had any experiences with horses other than this movie, or no?
Well, in the 70s, I worked with a singer-songwriter named Jimmy Spheris. And Jimmy, it was kind of a requirement, at least I thought it was, that we were friends, so it was more than just me being hired to work for him. And I played guitar for him, and we toured around. He loved riding horses, and he owned a horse. So that means I rode horses, or I tried. And it was fun, but my mindset at the time, I was young, and I was fearful of certain things. I wasn't super afraid of riding the horse, but I didn't understand how you control horses. I never got the coordination and how they sense you. And so I was okay, and most of the time we rode with just the path. We didn't use saddles. So I had the experience. I think once that happened, I was okay. I had the experience of going over the horse. In other words, I kind of lost. He was going really fast, and I just, boom, went over.
Want to hear my funniest moment of working with a horse? Because I've had interactions with them in the past.
Sure.
When I met one for the first time, his name was Motor Mouth, and he tried to take a bite out of my shorts.
Oh, you're...
And it's actually on the channel at the moment on a video, yeah.
Oh, wow. So, but was he a mean horse, or just...
No, he wasn't mean. He just came up to me, sniffed me, and then he just went for the shorts, and it was only a tiny piece.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so that's where he got his name, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at the time.
Yeah. But, so I spent a few years riding. I just never got very good at it. And I think I did a little bit of riding later, because I did like it, because you're out on the trails, and it's really exhilarating when you're doing it.
Yeah, for sure. What other projects have you worked on? Because you said you have quite a bit.
Oh, well, I would talk about my band. We just finished an album after 50 years of not playing. It's called I Love You. I mean, the band is called People. And we had a hit record in 1968. I don't think either one of you were around then.
No.
Not quite, but...
Not quite.
No.
But it was a couple of years later. But it was an English song by the Zombies. I don't know if you know who they are, but they're great group, the Zombies. And we did their song. And it was called I Love You. So you can go to YouTube, and it's all over YouTube. And so we had, one of the things that broke the band up was myself and other band members joining the cult. And so we were kind of going like this, everything was going great. And then we joined the cult, and then everything tanked, including the band. So we're considered a one-hit wonder. I don't know if you heard the term, but it and when I got out of the cult, and I don't mind saying the name of the cult either, by the way. So, but when I got out of the cult, I realized that it was traumatic for the band members. And so I thought, how about if we got back together and maybe recorded an album? Just no pressure, no nothing, except everybody gets to contribute, play, and everyone. Our first song that we did is Eve of Destruction. We did that as a test to see, could we do this when nobody lives in the same town? So it went well. And the Eve of Destruction is an old song from the 60s. And if you listen to the lyrics, it sounds like it was written yesterday. So I don't know if you've heard the song, but you can find it on YouTube real easily.
What was the cult and what did they do exactly?
Well, the name of the cult, and it's in the news quite a bit, is Scientology. And what they did, the problem in the simplicity of it is they promise you the universe, and then they basically can start controlling you and brainwashing you. And then once you're a member, then you end up donating your time and a lot of money to it.
Gosh.
And so I was really a believer. I thought I was going to change the world. I really did. I thought being in that group, I was in a group that was going to change the world. And the opposite occurred. It actually was causing people like me to have breakdowns or to lose their health or to lose all their money. So it I won't say anything more about it. It's something that you can look up and get your own information on it. I was deeply embedded in it, though. So I knew the top people in it, and I was somewhat of a celebrity in that group. So I knew hundreds and hundreds of different people who had high positions. And a lot of them now have left, which is good. So anyway, I just made a movie that is partially about my escaping that group. I think I sent you a trailer maybe, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, it's called Brothers Broken. And we're now, because my brother was in it. And then one of the things they do make you do is if somebody leaves and you don't leave, they don't care who it is. If it's your brother, you can't talk to him anymore. I'm not kidding. Not kidding whatsoever.
Yeah, that's sad.
Well, it's very sad, but it could be your father, it could be your brother, your sister, your niece, your nephew, your mother, your grandmother, your child. Both of my children have severed their connection to me because they're still in. So they don't talk to me anymore. So the movie that I'm doing, which is being entered into film festivals now, and we're going to sell it, and we would love to get it out to someplace like Netflix. It's that kind of a movie. It's a full-length film, and it's really my story and my brother's story and the band's story, and how we went through. And I know you've talked about this, how you go through and you're going up, and then all of a sudden you just go down. And are you going to recover? Are you not going to recover? And to me, this is a story of recovery. Second chances. Because for me, I was not doing music or anything. And then I finally was able to leave and to start deprogramming. And once I did that, all of a sudden I was creating again. I was writing music, and then I got this idea to do a movie, and now I love making movies. that's a whole other thing.